Welcome to the Making of Something, everyone. This is comedian Johnny Espo, comedian Damien.
What's up?
And this is our first episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the intro episode. I mean, obviously we're doing it right after the
Still
intro.
the same
It
thing.
is what it is. We got a few minutes before we're going to leave for an open mic. We're currently, I don't want to tell people where the fuck we are, just in...
We're going down to New York for another mic.
Yeah, we're currently coming out of Connecticut. Okay, I live in Stamford. He lives in Clinton. He's up the line. He's got a hell of a fucking ride.
It's worth it, though.
Yeah, it is. It is 100% worth it. Again, we are two comedians, very early. I mean, ridiculously early in what hopefully is going to be a phenomenal ride through. Listen,
Well, I think the one thing
I don't want to. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. No, I was going to say the one thing I think one of the things we're trying to accomplish, one of many, is every month we want to do one of these where we can kind of talk about our previous month and what that journey was like.
Yeah.
The ups, the downs, the good, the bad, you know? So here we are in October.
October 1st,
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. I know September was an interesting month for probably both of us. You got on your first show flyer.
Yeah, Harlem Nights. Thank you, Joe Hill. Fantastic guy down in Harlem. I forget where it's located, but just look up Harlem Nights NYC. Wednesday Funnies.
It was a good show. There was a lot of good talent there.
Yeah, no, definitely great talent.
How do you feel about it? Your
first... my set was garbage. My set was just trash. I didn't realize I came out angry. Like,
early.
You wanted to talk about early lesson. A comedian has told me, if you get the audience to love you, you can say whatever you want. How the fuck do you get them to love you? Well, first of all, you don't sound angry. And you don't realize you sound angry unless you either video record your sets or voice record them, obviously.
Pause that. So that's also another lesson learned. John has a harder time remembering this than me, but recording
everything.
Record everything. Whether it's just audio or audio and video.
I heard Smokey say it to fucking Kenny the other day. Yeah. Smokey Suarez, who runs Mocha's open mic, and listen, big names drop through. He's a big name himself. The man's got credits from movies to HBO to BET to Apollo. Smokey Suarez, hysterical comedian.
Travels the country. Definitely a big dog. But point being, right. Even the guys that are making money and doing this for a living still record because, you know, you want to learn how you say things. You know, sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. But to his point, let's finish about the anger that you talking about.
I came out angry, and you can't come out angry. You're nobody, especially... So, I heard this terminology twice in 1 week. Once from my mentor, Kenny Wu, and once from Gary Owen on a podcast with Bert Kreischer. I think they recorded about a year ago. Which one?
Both of them. But I've been paying attention to Bert Kreischer.
Right. Well, I've been running what's called the Chitlin Circuit, which is all urban rooms. I'm pretty much the one white guy, one of a few white guys in urban rooms in NYC, and I'm afforded that opportunity because of my mentor, Kenny Wu. Now, Kenny is like I call him the Superman of comedy because he's mild-mannered, humble, kind, like Clark Kent. However, when the man steps on a stage, he dismantles the fucking thing.
Oh, the energy that he comes out with. You don't expect it. He's just chilling against the wall, relaxing, cracking some jokes here and there, and then he goes on stage and he doesn't stop fucking moving the whole time.
No.
It's unbelievable.
No.
Unbelievable.
And he's very physical comedy, and he's great. He's fucking great. And I've been afforded the opportunity to be taken under his wing and taken all over. I've been to New Jersey, which we're going to get into. I missed a set at... I say missed a set at Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And been down there. Been to Brooklyn. Obviously Harlem, the Bronx. Not Staten Island yet, but I'm sure that's coming at some point, running around with this guy.
Oh, yeah. And then, outside, you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah, but fucking lessons. I'm learning shit and getting on mics that guys in year 3, 4 are getting on. I don't belong there. I don't belong there. Joey Diaz, to quote him, is don't go where you don't belong.
It's tough,
I
though.
try not to do that.
Yeah,
but if Kenny's like, here, take the mic, I'm going.
Right, I was going to say, to be fair, the other thing that guys like Joey Diaz have said is you don't want to turn away mic time either.
Yeah.
So, where do you... I mean, if Kenny's giving you the mic, he thinks you at least have enough to be on stage in front of people. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going up there, you stutter your way through, you forget your material like I did once. But, what's funny is, and I was telling one of my friends this, that, you're going to get help, not just from Kenny, but there's also Sherwin.
Yes.
I mean, Sherwin Array, great friggin' dude.
The people's comedian. I continue to step in solid gold piles of shit. Now, not only do I have a East Coast mentor, Kenny Wu, I have a West Coast mentor, a man I grew up with. Didn't necessarily run in the same circles, but we're always friendly with each other throughout high school. His name is Sherwin Array from Stanford. He's an Iranian Jew that will deconstruct and dismantle every room. Any room you put this man in, and it is done.
Bro, I gotta cut you off now. So I've been lucky just based off his luck. John has, for whatever reason, fucking respect for me. And it brings me along with him in a lot of these things. So I've met a lot of these.
You protected my life. We have protected each other. Literally, legitimately have protected each other's lives in the past. We were both bounty hunters. In state of Connecticut, the bounty hunter is a dirty word, but we were both bail enforcement agents. And in the state of Connecticut, it's mandatory when you're in fugitive recovery to carry a sidearm, a firearm, which is also why actual bounty hunters, guys like...
They can't get licensed because they have records.
Yeah. So they can't hunt in Connecticut. Now, literally, legitimately have protected each other's lives. So I trust the man.
Yeah.
Why would I not bring him with me? Why would I not...
And I appreciate that because like I said, you're affording me to meet these people.
We've always had a good time. We've always been able to run together too. Yeah. Though. We've gotten skips up in as far as Maine.
Oh, that was a great
8-hour fucking drive.
That was a great trip. Anyway, that's a story for another podcast. But
for this podcast for another time.
So I've met Sherwin and Kenny through you, and they've been such awesome people. That I actually took. So one of the lessons I got in September from meeting Sherwin was, first of all, we talked once about Cafe Mocha and the open mic there. That is a rough mic. Most people that are there that are eating in the restaurant part of it, they don't, they're not there specifically for comedy most times, and all the comedians there are not as receptive. It's not a very supportive room, right? So,
which is why you go to rooms like this.
Yeah, you build a thick skin. But I went,
cut your teeth,
and I've seen people go up, and then I finally went up, and I got like maybe 2 chuckles during my 5 minutes, maybe, not laughs, like chuckles, and then I saw Sherwin go up. The rule is at these open mics, 5 minutes. This man, they let him do 30 minutes. I saw firsthand the difference between 10 years in the game and less than a year in the game.
Do yourselves a favor. Google Sherwin Array.
Absolutely. That dude is hilarious, man. Owned the room. Like nobody... Sherwin was blessed by... was nice enough to us to say, listen, go on before me because you're not going to want to go on after. And I'm saying it more bluntly than he did because he's nicer about it.
Oh,
he was like, guys,
gentleman.
Go sign the list.
Gentleman.
Go sign the list. I'll sign after you. That was the way he said it. Really, that was... Go sign up and go before me because you're not going to fucking follow me.
Kenny told Smokey that he was a fucking flamethrower, so he actually... Sherwin thought that Smokey skipped him. However, Smokey knew he was a fucking flamethrower, so he put him later on in the show.
And then anybody that went up after Sherwin, they just wasted their time.
Died of complete...
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh.
Absolutely terrible. But what I was saying was one of the lessons I learned from Sherwin was he told me his theory is that he does a joke in 3 different settings. If it lands in 3 different rooms, he hangs on to it because he feels like there's something there. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Now, the past couple of weeks, I try to get to as many mics as possible, and I'll try the same joke in 3 different places. And if I get laughs in 3 different places, I'll hang on to it. Yeah. It's not perfect yet by any stretch, but there's obviously something there to keep working on. And that's something I credit Sherwin with because he gave me that advice.
Yeah.
The only advice he didn't give me is I wish he would tell me how he has those beautiful eyelashes because I feel like those are lady killers and I need those things. Don't judge me with that look. I don't have them. I feel like his are beautiful. You heard me, Sherwin. Beautiful eyelashes. Anyway.
I think you're trying to suppress some things, brother.
I'm not suppressed. I'm putting it out there. Sherwin, blink at me anytime you want. All right? Send me a picture, a video, anything. Give me a profile with just the lashes.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, so I mean, I would say that's probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned this past month was work your material out because it may not hit in a room, right? But then you'll change how you say something. It'll hit in the second room. Then you try to say that way again. If it hits again, then you try it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that thing bombs in 3 rooms in a row and you've changed it and you've twerked it, maybe there's nothing there. Put it away. Not saying don't come back to it, but it's not worth focusing on right now. When you can come up with new ideas, new things that might turn into something. So that's one of the things I would say I learned.
No, it's 100% true. I mean, it's he's done it, tried and true. It's working for you. I'm adapting the same sort of like Damien is a complete student of comedy.
I just get obsessed. I'm just not that you're not obsessed. I just have this weird OCD thing about anything that I do. Yeah. If I decide I'm going to do something, like when I decided I was going to be a father, oh my God, the books that and I don't fucking like to read, but I was like, I'm going to be the best father I can. Yeah. So I'm going to read all these, and half that shit is nonsense anyway.
Yeah, no, you can't plan for kids. Kids throw you fucking curveballs, and so does comedy. I
just immerse myself in
I'm
it.
Definitely more unorthodox. Like I have a lot of time as a condo super to write, so I jot things down on my phone. I dictate a lot of stuff, and I just try and throw shit at the wall. This one plans out methodically, word by word. I try and take a topic. I jot down a few things, try and toss in a few tags, see if they work.
I would say that overall, we do have different styles in general. Just even the way we perform. I mean, I'm sure it probably comes across on this podcast where you have a lot more animation and energy, and I'm more level. Like, I mean, we joke about it all the time. I don't know if you ever heard of the podcast, Two Bears, One Cave. If you haven't, you should probably check it out.
We're fans.
Big fans. But we joke around that, like, he's Bert and I'm Tom. Man, just with the energy, because he's got so much energy. And it does take over for room for a second. Like, you haven't learned, not putting you down, but you haven't learned how to maintain that.
No,
when you
I know.
come out swinging, everybody's there. Like,
for
me, I'm a slow build. Like, they're like, all right, well, I tell more stories. I'm a slow builder. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets to be funny. When you come out, it's like, here I am. Look at me. Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
And I'm more level, you know? It's funny, but it's funny because it works. You know, I think it makes for good interactions between us.
Yeah. And
I think we're already figuring out how we're comfortable, at least, on how to be on stage. Because if I tried to do what you do, I'd be uncomfortable. I'd feel like I was faking it.
Oh, I'm not gonna say I'm faking it because I do have notes that I go over and I do study and don't get me wrong, baby, I kill it in the shower every time. We're still
standing up. About comedy, right?
Well,
just checking.
It's a one-man show.
Standing But yeah,
you completely fucking threw me.
See, it's not fun when you get interrupted, is it?
No.
You were saying that you're not just you do think about what you're going to say ahead of time, but you still attack it with more of a. You're not faking it.
Yeah, I'm more of a free flow. I'm more of a free flow take to it. I try not to recite it the same way all the time completely. Like I don't. My fear is to get in a habit of where people don't think it's genuine. It's just somebody shitting jokes out of their mouth.
So I have one of the things I'm uncomfortable with doing sets is the time. So because obviously we're not getting fucking hour specials or even 30-minute specials, so we don't have that long.
So I get 3-minute special.
Right, but I get very OCD about the clock. Like I don't want to run over. So that's why for me, I like to almost script out what I'm going to say, and then I rehearse it where I still sound genuine when I do it.
Yeah.
But I know based on my wording how far along I should be in the clock, and that way when I get the light, for those of you that don't know, when you're doing a set and you get 5 minutes, they usually light you at 4. They use a cell phone, there's a light in the back of the room, something to let you know at 4 minutes you have a minute left, and then
whenever the fuck they want you off. You get about a minute.
That's some of the rougher rooms, okay? Some of the ones that I've done in Manhattan where it's more comedy club friendly, they'll let you just finish your 5 even if you suck ass.
Yeah.
But
did I even finish that thought about the urban room circuit?
I don't even know, dude. He's so hard to to keep track.
Sorry, buddy.
Now I forgot what we were saying again. Oh, so my point is that I get obsessed about the time. So that's why for me having a script, because I've watched you, and when they light you, you're in the middle of a joke and you're like, all right, well, I guess it's my time, and I'm out. That would kill me. I would hate to leave it unfinished.
I don't give a fuck.
It kills me. It's a weird OCD thing.
Because we will eventually get to a point where everybody's just going to let us go.
Hopefully.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the other thing. Respect the clock. Don't go. If they tell you 5 minutes, you got about 30 seconds to a minute after that to finish up your joke.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't take up more people's time, especially at open mics. Because you got
Unless
a lot of people
you're a big dog. Listen, the big dogs can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, they're not going to light you. Like, they didn't light Sherwin. Sherwin had to stop himself at 30 minutes. They didn't light him and say, hey, wrap it up.
True.
He just told a joke and did a mic drop. I mean, they would have let him keep fucking going. He was killing.
Yeah, no.
But, yeah, if they're not lighting you, keep going. But, I mean, if they send you that light, and again, for me, I know, I see the light, I got a minute left, I know where I am in my joke. I'm like, all right, I got plenty of time. I don't have to speed
Because
up.
whoever's running it, if they're running a show, they know they can count on you to respect that light and keep a tidy show. What I mean by tidy show is really running on time. A show that takes too long, people get antsy. They don't want to, unless they're there for a specific headliner, and even then they're like, all right, let's fucking go. I want to see the guy I'm here to see, or the girl I'm here, the lady I'm here to see. So that's a big thing about just going out and doing it. Yeah. Unless you don't ever plan on going back to the fucking place.
And I would say, where are we at for time anyway?
16. This thing cuts off at like 17:41, but then it starts a whole nother one.
Well, I mean, we could always wrap it. I mean, with this, we could keep going, but I mean.
So what else happened? You wanted to ask questions about Stress Factory.
Yes.
So
tell them how you missed, and then what the positive.
So I say that I missed a set at Stress Factory. So my mentor Kenny Wu was doing one of the features for Talented Comedians show at the Stress Factory. He does it I think it's last Sunday of every month. So basically, Kenny looks at me every time and goes, if I tell them to give you 5, they usually give you 5. So apparently, first let me start with, we got there fucking late. Okay. I was there with Clyde rolled with me. You ever met my boy Clyde yet? Nope. Clyde rolled with me. It was me, Clyde, Kenny, and Smokey. All right, I'm driving. We get stuck I get stuck on my way down there to pick them up. I get stuck in traffic getting down to New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm coming from Stamford, Connecticut. I go from Stamford to Harlem to New Brunswick. Fucking traffic. Get there too late to get the fucking set. So I felt way more comfortable after the show when I finally got to shake hands with Talent, and he said, we'll get you on next time. You got to call so-and-so and he said to Kenny had already spoken to him, and we had to call the booker. I'm not really sure. I don't know the name.
You're not that
But listen, long and the short, he goes, listen, we'll get you on next month. So there's no way I should be going on Stress Factory's fucking stage. There's no reason I should even be smelling that fucking microphone.
But you know what, though? It's going to give you a more realistic...
Yeah.
More realistic of your commercial appeal.
But that's the thing. But that's what you realize. That a mic is a mic is a mic is a mic. It doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, I'm going to disagree only in the respect that what's going to happen now is you're going to get to see how your stuff's going to do in front of an actual crowd. We don't have the luxury of going up and people that are showing up to see comedy.
No.
It makes it a little
That's why I go
easier.
to places that want to fucking punch me in the face. That's why I go.
And not sell you weed because they think you're a cop.
Oh, that's pretty much right.
But point being is...
It's one of my jokes.
Going there, it is going to be interesting because I think it'd probably be the biggest crowd he performed in front of. Or at least close to. And then it's actually a crowd that's showing up for comedy. It's not a room full of open
comedy too.
Yeah, it's not a room full of open micers. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get to see how your stuff lands with people who are going to a comedy club. Yeah. You know?
And there's a difference between, excuse me, there's a difference between going to a comedy club and going to a comedy show at a bar. Sometimes a comedy show at a bar, they got the fucking TV on, they're dropping checks all over the place, they got the music playing.
Chicks get into
or
fights.
even if they got a stage and they got the fucking shit. Like I did one on, where the fuck was it? Long Island. Great fucking show. Great show. Had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Slung shit at the wall. It fucking stuck. We had a blast. The promoter said to Kenny, he goes, anytime you want to bring him back, bring him back. I had a great time. They were there for comedy. But if you go, Mingles, not that bad. I had a good time. I had a few ladies laughing. Actually, I had a few ladies laughing around. One lady told me she wanted me to do a menage a trois with her and her husband.
That's a compliment. I mean, I don't know how you go from making you laugh to... Well, they do say that, making women
laugh.
laugh
Well, I did the whole, my
quality,
wife is a badass Spartan Greek bitch, but if I were to cheat, I'd cheat here. Know what I mean?
Fair enough.
I was like, I would just say, drop your card in the back pocket and I'll give you a call. And there's one lady, I thought she was giving me the fucking light, and...
She's waving the card.
She's waving her phone like, hey, it's me. I'm like, oh, you giving me, do I gotta go? She's like, no, I'll hook up. I was like, oh, I was like, I don't cheat on my wife.
Was she cute?
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. Good for you.
Yeah,
See?
she was delicious.
Won them over, bro.
I don't cheat on my wife.
I know. It's still a compliment, though.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So this time next month, you'll have probably gone off.
Well, beginning of November.
Oh,
yeah, but hopefully it's the end of October. Yeah, this time next month.
So we'll get to hear how that went, and then I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. I mean, I got no shows coming up.
Yeah, nobody's got, because I ain't got shit coming up except for go out and run.
All I got is I'm taking an improv class, and we have a graduation show, which nobody's going to go to.
I'll go. What is
November
it,
night.
Tuesday?
It's November. It's not a Saturday. It's like in the middle of the day on a Saturday.
What time?
It's probably noon. I think it's noon at the UCB Theater, Upright Citizens Brigade.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Is that who does the class?
Yep.
Uprights?
Yeah. Upright
what does that mean, really, uprights? I mean, is it a lot of woke shit?
No. Well, I mean, it's interesting.
Listen, I don't mind being woke, but woke to me just means I didn't know I wasn't racist. I was racist.
Yeah.
I've never been racist. This whole woke shit to me is
aggravating. Listen, I don't want to get too deep into it. I just think you can definitely tell when people do things from a place of hate and when people do things from just a place of joking.
Of course,
and I think that's the line that people
comedy
forget.
It shouldn't be brought into comedy. You shouldn't be told what you can and can't say. Is this not the U.S.? Is this not the United States still?
Yeah, you're right. But like I said, it's brought into everything, man. Unfortunately, I mean, it's just... I mean, look after Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle did their specials, look how much blowback they got for certain topics.
But how much support are they getting for it? Fuck
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, someone's always going to be upset. Someone's always going to be upset. But yeah, so to answer your question, it's definitely more eclectic group than I'm used to. Like, I had never been confronted with the question, which pronoun do I identify as? But I mean, once you get used to it, it doesn't make anybody a bad person. It's just definitely a different.
Oh no, not bad.
Different
it's just...
way of looking at things. But it's cool. I think it's helping me in my comedy because it's making me more comfortable to be off the top of the head in certain situations and just being in front of people, making an ass of myself. So it's definitely more. I think it's helpful, but.
Like I said, but you're gonna go to make a fucking transgender joke,
and I have one.
And they're gonna shit all over you.
Probably, but you know what though? Listen, it is when I mean, I've got
and here I am passing judgment before I even met these people. I feel like a dickhead now.
No, I really do. I've had someone come up to me once about a joke, and she felt a little triggered. Was her word, but
where was it?
It was in New York.
It was at a show?
No, well, not a show. It was a mic. And like I said, I have a tranny joke and a rough anal joke, and someone felt triggered, and I felt like she has something in her history that made her see what I was saying a different way than I meant it. So I mean, I didn't say I was sorry per se, for saying it. I was just more like, I'm sorry if you were offended. I
didn't mean to offend you.
Yeah, these are just jokes. I really don't think a bike seat's gonna take your anal virginity. I mean, that's kind of where it went. So, but yeah. I think more importantly, next month we get to talk about your time at the Stress Factory. I'm excited for that shit because you're the first one of us, obviously, to be in front of an actual crowd. So I'm curious how that's going to go for you.
I just want to get you down here more often. Like, I get to do this 3 nights a week. Like I said, I've been the self-proclaimed jerk of all trades. I've done everything from hairdressing to bounty hunting, insurance sales. I mean, you name it. And it is only a few things with the license, bail bonds, but skilled labor, plumber's apprentice, restaurant and nightclub industry for over a decade.
I think if we keep plugging away, though, I could already see some results this soon, just as far as like how I tell stories, and I've seen how you're. I mean, the other day we went to that storytelling open mic, and I've seen that story the first time you did it, and then I saw it at that open mic, and just the growth and the transition for how smooth it was in your tags that you put in. It was just such a different. It was a different story, same theme, but just different story, and it's cool to see.
So I don't know how I changed it, and that's where I get fucked up. Don't get me wrong.
That's why you record everything.
Well, I pretty much do.
There's been a couple times you're like, shit, I forgot my recorder.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Oh no, all the time with the video.
But,
like tonight, I forgot the cord for the mic. Like, I forgot everything.
Yeah, I'm making it work. But yeah, I think
that's it.
Yeah,
actually, next month I want to talk about notes on stage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, notes on stage.
Notes on stage.
All right. Listen, it's a making of something. We're gonna get there. Probably not gonna get there faster, but hopefully take you along for the ride. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for checking it out.